Welcome to Bunnies TV, live and free across Australia and around the globe. We're at a different setting today. Beautiful day in Sydney, nice and warm, and we're on the shores of God's country, Botany Bay. Outdoor setting, nice and peaceful here, and we'll get into the teams. Now I'll just check the stream as I always do when it comes up, but the big news today was Jai Arrow, rotator cuff injury. Could be gone for the season, maybe only 4 weeks if we're lucky, but it's not good news. Now, at training on Sunday, I'll just have a listen. Yeah, there you go. One man band here. Yeah, so at training on Sunday at the Rabbitoh Centre, I did have a look at Jai with his shirt off because he walked right in front of me, and he had both shoulders strapped, and he changed shirts because one wasn't fitting him. So anyway, I don't know how it's developed. He was on the field, but yeah, he injured himself against Manly in Vegas in the game, and looks like he had shook it off, but unfortunately not. So that's a blow, but it's next man up mentality, and that means that Tallis Duncan has been called in to start in the side. So I think that's a good move by JD. Well done there. And I'm just bringing up the live chat. I'll do that again. And yeah, we've got a few people live chatting. Welcome to Bunnies TV. And yeah, like I said, Tallis Duncan. Turned up instead of down. Tallis Duncan is coming to the side, so I thought he was going to probably come in anyway, depending on a few things, but he's brought him in to start, and he played pretty good last week in the New South Wales Cup. Unfortunately, they got beat, but yeah. He's also brought in big shackers. Shaq Mitchell has come onto the bench, so a couple of positives and a real big negative with Jai Arrow. Hopefully it's the 4 weeks, because losing him for the season, that's a massive blow. He's obviously one of our best forwards, plays Origin. So if you're watching this, Jai, get well soon, and hopefully we get some good news. Now, I've just released my articles for bunniestv.au. If you haven't had a look at the website, Google Bunnies TV, head onto the website. There's always some cool photos on there, opinions, stories. We get a few different contributors writing for the website, so follow me there on bunniestv.au. So we'll just have a look at the team. We take on the Broncos, and I've called the show Beat the Broncos, and that's what we've got to do. We've got one job, is to go up there to Suncorp Stadium and beat the Brisbane Broncos. Can be done. They're not unbeatable, but they are the heavy favourites. They got beaten in the grand final when they had it won. Ezra Mann scored a hat-trick, and they thought they were home, but they didn't win because the Panthers got them. Nathan Cleary put on a masterclass. But having said that, they are a good side, but they weren't at their best last week either. Neither were we in the second half, and it's going to be a huge clash. We just need to win, but because going 0-2 at the start of the season is not going to be good enough. And then we've got the Chooks next week at Allianz Stadium. What a game that promises to be, Friday night footy. So a couple of big hurdles. Now, I've been at training, like I said. I was at training on Sunday, and I feel like the boys look pretty determined. I heard a few of them saying, we're not going to get beaten. They've got a real determination to come out and put a statement on tomorrow night. And what bigger stage is there? I spoke to Keon. I interviewed him after the session, and he said he loves playing at Suncorp. He's a big game player. Latrell was fired up. Cam was running around like a teenager, and congrats to Cam and the missus for having the baby. So good. Becoming a father, I've done it twice, and it's the best thing you'll ever do. And I've been joined in the live chat by Philip Basham. He says, g'day. G'day to you, Phil. We'll go through the team. So Terrell Mitt at the back, AJ and Jacob Gagai on the wings. Now, they both scored last week. Jacob, congratulations to you too. You scored your first try, and it was a good try too. The try on debut, Chalmers hit him with a great pass, and then he had to beat Jackson Barlow, I think it was. So he had a bit to do and scored a nice try, so they'll never be able to take that away from him, and he did well, and he's earned a spot on that wing. He deserves to keep his spot. Hopefully he has another big game up there in the big stadium at Suncorp in Vegas. And AJ, he scored his 185th career try, I think it was, and that leaves him 25 to go to break the great Ken Irvine's record. And you know, they'll be talking about this bloke for centuries to come. He'll go down in history as our greatest ever try scorer. The way he's going, he's got plenty of seasons left. He might even break the 300 mark, and it may never be beaten. So let's hope he gets a couple tomorrow night, the great AJ. Isaiah Tass and Richie Kenner. Well, Richie Kenner, the first guy to score in Vegas. That's another record that will never be taken away from him. So he had a great moment in the game and a couple that he'd probably rather forget. So let's hope our centres can get the job done. Cody and Lockie in the halves. In the forwards, we've got Junior, Totola and Sean Keppie up front. Now, I interviewed Sean Keppie the other day too, and he seems to be very happy at Souths and good young bloke. And you might have saw her put out a little short today of him talking about Jackie Whiten, and he was pretty happy that he wasn't the only one coming to South. So there's two guys that have come together so they can sort of bounce off each other. So, yeah, sooner we get Jackie in there, that'll be good too. Cookie at hooker. Keon and Tallis in the second row. So, yeah, Tallis onto the edge. He brings the energy. He likes putting shots on, and, you know, he likes taking the line on. A couple of times there at Brookie last week, he did his little show and go, and he's just ready to burst through at any time. So he's a good attacker. So and so is Keon. So we've got a chance on both edges there. And Cameron Murray is the captain. So to all the doubters out there, this team was leading the comp after 11 rounds last year. And yes, it fell in a heap. And yes, we might have some issues, but in the team I've already mentioned, we've got Latrell Mitchell, Alex Johnson, Cody Walker and Cameron Murray. So any team with those players in it can beat anyone in the NRL. So I'm just hoping that they bounce back. I know they're confident that they will. But yeah. On the bench, Lever Havili, Davey Mawale, Big Shaq Mitchell, like I mentioned, and Thomas Burgess. So yeah, Shaq played well in the New South Wales Cup last week. He's probably one of the best players on the field in the first half. A class above the Blacktown Workers boys at Sea Eagles. And then he come on for his second stint. And like I said, the second half for the New South Wales Cup boys was a bit similar to the second half for the first grade over in Vegas. It was error-ridden, and you can't be doing that when you want to close out games. So they've got the week off this week, the New South Wales Cup boys, and we'll talk about that in a minute. The extended bench is Cheeks, Michael Cheekham, Tane Milne, Jai Gray, Peter Mammelzelos, and Footy, Dean Hawkins. Jai Gray, first time on the first grade bench, and it's a salivating thought. I've just licked my lips. You know, I believe that Jai will play first grade. Whether it's this year, I don't know. I suspect that he probably will, as either a utility or who knows. It's up to JD what he wants to do with him. But you know, he's a class 5'8", but we've already got a class 5'8" in Cody Walker. So you know, I think probably 14 will be his spot when he does get a start. Whether it's this week or not, I don't know. I don't know who's going to come out, but it's a solid bench. 4 powerful forwards: Lever, Davey, Shaq, and Thomas. So it's a solid bench, but we're going to need it against the Broncos because I had a look through their side, and gee, they're a great side, as you know. You know, they've got Reece Lightning at the back. They've got Reno keen as the tormentors again. Payne Haas. You know, the list goes on. They are a great side. So we are going to have to be at our very best. But like I spoke to Keon about the other day, he said they've spoken about the 50 minutes that were good in the game, and then the rest of the game that wasn't good. Now, they just have to address the bad bit, and the good will come. Karina Haas has joined me all the way from Germany, and hello, Karina. Guten Tag to you. She said, g'day and good morning to all from Germany. It's sad that we have lost Jai, but it's great that Duncan will play from the beginning. So there you go. Like I said, where one door shuts, another one opens, and I thought Tallis was probably going to be in the 17 every week this year, but he wasn't last week. A few people were jumping up and down about that, but anyway, it didn't happen, and now he's in there. Last year, he proved that he's a valuable member of the team. He's a young kid with plenty of determination, and he can run the ball. And his first try, for you that don't remember, I'll just remind you, it was against the Eels, I think it was, and it was late in the game, and he burst through and picked up Pete Mamazelos, who gave the ball back to him, and he streaked away. So he can run too, young Tallis, and yeah, he's one of the favourites here on the show. And Karina said couldn't target Mavo, so thanks for supporting the show as usual, Karina. You can see her there in the live chat. She's got a little icon next to her name because she is a channel member. You can become a channel member of Bunnies TV and you get exclusive content on the show. So yeah, a big game. We're the underdog. It's backs to the wall. But wouldn't you love to see them go out there and play the brand of footy we know they can play? Get the simple things right. Complete sets, good kicking game. Hold the ball. And I think the rest will come. I really do. I've got a feeling that we're going to go up there and play good. We shall see what happens. We'll move on to the Jersey Flegg, and they've taken on the Fiji KVT Silktails. I think it's KVT. Are there any Fijian fans out there? Let me know. But the Silktails have come into the Jersey Flegg competition. So this expansion of the game continues. It's the first time the Fiji have had a team in the Flegg in the 21s, and last week they got beat by the West Tigers. They've got a couple of blokes in there that have got some long names. Watasoni Wakanasaravi scored a try, and then it was converted by Melika Sateki Nakagini Mase. So good luck to callers like Sully Sullivan and me and Milo if we ever get to do a Flegg game the rest of the year. It's a couple of tongue twisters there, but congratulations to Petrol 70 cents a litre, and also Wes Nagama's the coach. I think Driscoll's had a bit to do with him, Stevie Driscoll. So congrats to the Fijian team. They haven't had a win, but this is their first home game. So it's over there at in Lautoka. Is it Lautoka that you call it? Churchill Park, Lautoka, in Fiji. So I spoke to a couple of the Flegg boys, and it's quite an exciting trip for them to be going over there, and it's history being made. But we want to win. We don't want to let them get on the board. We had a good win against Sea Eagles at Brookvale, 16-14. So one start, one win for Chris Tippy O'Connell's boys. Excellent. And this week, big prop Willa Raj returns. He had a bit of a leg injury, so didn't play last week, but he's right to go this week. And Jared Johnson, who a lot of you would have seen the video I did on him, he has moved to the centres, because I did tell you that he plays in the forwards or the centres. So he switches to the centres for Will to come back into the pack. So interesting there to see what happens. Not a whole lot of other changes in there. And just another thing, I went to the captain's run for the Flegg last week, and they do they get a ring formed, and the bear, Kel gets the boys to go, and he blows the whistle, and they do a bit of a dance. And it's a good little stress relief for the boys. And Aaron Dimovic did a backflip, and it turned into a nice bit of footage. So if you haven't seen that, go to one of Bunnies TV's socials, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. The video's on there, and it's quite funny to see the boys do their thing and get in there and have a bit of a dance. Yeah, so that's the Jersey Flegg team. And there's another story there, Tyrese Dungay. So a lot of you would have saw that I shared the photo of Tyrese and his sister Sophia. They've come down from Port Macquarie, and Sophia was a member of the Tasha Gale team. Tyrese, also known as Alf, he was a train and trial with the Jersey Flegg, but he obviously impressed the coach, Tippy, and he started last week against the Sea Eagles. So congratulations to the Dungay family, and I shared that photo, and because I've had a chat to their mum Denise, and And it's a really proud moment for the family. And a couple of kids from the bush have come down and played in our pathway side. And Tyrese has been named on the bench again this week. So he's done his job. Whether he does the late switch or not, I don't know. Probably not, because you've got big Willa Raj is going to start in the front, and he's a bit of a man mountain. So, and Cade King comes in as well. So Cade was a late inclusion for Willa Raj last week. He was 18th man, and he came in. And Cade, the Lapa Junior, gets a start in the second row. So well done, Louis Grosmy at the back. So there's some class in this team. Carson Cahill, he's a brilliant footballer, and Brent Hawkins, the half, and in the halves Emmanuel Di Bartolo. So he's a class player as well. Toby Sullivan off the bench. I just mentioned Sully Sullivan, the caller. Well, that's young Toby, the young fella there, and Jordan Plaff. So there's a few there to look out for. Unfortunately, it's not going to be on New South Wales Rugby League TV. So I'm not sure why they wouldn't want to go over. It's probably the expenses of it and that. But I would have thought this is a historic game. You're trying to get people to subscribe to New South Wales Rugby League TV, pay the $50 yearly subscription, send a camera crew over to Fiji and film this game that will be forever remembered of the Fiji Silktails versus the Rabbitohs. So anyway, we'll move on. So I mentioned that the New South Wales Cup has got a bye. Also, the girls have got a bye, and congrats to the Tasha Gale girls. So there's a fair bit happening today. I'm covering all the bases, but I did mention Sophia Dungo. She scored a try, and it was the Tasha Gale girls' first win of the season. Congrats. So hopefully they've got a few more to come. They've got the bye this week, and they're back for only a couple more games before the end of the season. It only goes for 9 rounds or something, I think. So yeah, congrats to the girls there. They played well against the Bears. And the Lisa Fiola girls have also got the bye, and they led most of the game, and then a late try to the Bears was converted right under the post, and they had a 12-all draw. So we filmed that, me and Milo, on Bunnies TV. Also had Amani and Dallas there on the call with me. So I had a few of us on the call. It was more than merrier the other day, and I thought we captured some good stuff there live and free on Bunnies TV. So we'll just have a quick look at the Mats team. So the Mats they've won 2 and lost 4. They're taking on a Magpies team at 10 a.m. on Saturday, the 16th of March. I'm not sure about too many changes there. It looks like a very much similar team to that took the field last week. Now the SG Ball play after them at 11:30. They're 2 and 4 as well, and they take on a Magpies team. Now you might have heard in the SG Ball call last week that that we lost the big fella with the broken finger, the broken hand, Jason Halley. Just had a mental blank there. I was just about to Google it. It's a bit of a shame that he's out, but that presented an opportunity for Junior Stefano Selle to come in, and he did. Tavis Felch is another one who's starting at front row. Yeah, so he hasn't Cusco, the fullback. He's electric. He's just a try-scoring freak. So quick. Zane Ruggless, another one to watch out for. Daniel Wright, another class player. So they've got some talent in the back line, this SG Ball team. There's no doubt about that. And, on the bench, Kynan Toive, Sione Lalahea, Michael Ibrahim, and Tylen Berryman. So it's a hard side to get in. There's a few guys there like Bailey Smith, who's been fit for a couple of weeks, who, he's a pretty good player, the Botany boy, and unfortunately he's got players in front of him after he came back from injury, so it just makes it all a little bit hard to make that side. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the show today. We are brought to you by the Juniors group of clubs, the Juniors Kingsford, the Juniors Maroubra, and the Juniors Malabar. And don't forget that it's 49% off drinks from 5 till 7 p.m. all of March, and so it's great value at all 3 of those clubs. And there's great restaurants. My cousin's just come down from Queensland. She's gone out for dinner with my father, and he loves it up there, Dickie Maven. It's his favourite place, because you got the gym too. Dad goes to the gym nearly every day. I'm a member of the gym now up there. It's a great gym. It's got a steam room, pool, all modern equipment, and it's so cheap for members. It's the most affordable gym in Sydney. I've got no doubt about that. And we're also
Sponsored by George's Cameras, and you're watching this on our Canon camcorder, so for all your camera needs, you can head to georges.com.au. You can shop online or go into the store in George Street in the city and tell them Bunnies TV sent you. Okay, so yeah, it's a nice setting here. I think I might do a few more shows over here. It's a bit odd in the studio if it's a hot day like this. Just get out in the great outdoors and do a live show. All right, so thanks for joining me on Bunnies TV. Let's beat the Broncos. See you later.